From the Athens Tech Studios, this is the Athens News Podcast. Local news you can use about Athens and Clark County, all in 7 minutes. And now, here are your top stories.
Here are your top stories presented by Drake Realty. Carson Beck, the starting quarterback for top-ranked Georgia Bulldogs, returns to his hometown of Jacksonville, Florida, for a game against the Florida Gators. Beck, a former star at Mandarin High School, now leads the nation's top-ranked team. He played there as a running back, defensive end as a youngster, and later committed to Florida for baseball, but switched to Alabama for football before ultimately choosing Georgia. Despite being a backup for 3 years at Georgia, Beck's strong performances this season have made him a leader in passing yards and completion percentages in the SEC. Friends, family, and the Jacksonville community will be watching and supporting him during the game. This from the Athens Banner Herald. Former University of Georgia football player Akil Crumpton has been convicted on several charges related to a deadly shooting at a racetrack clerk in 2021. The charges stem from Crumpton's involvement in the murder of Elijah Wood, a racetrack clerk shot and killed during an attempted robbery. Crumpton fired a round at close range, killing Wood before fleeing the store without taking any money or merchandise. Crumpton, a former UGA football player, now faces a maximum of 20 years in prison for attempted robbery and a maximum of 10 years for his firearm charge. A murder trial related to Wood's death is forthcoming. Crumpton was also involved in another deadly shooting in Philadelphia, and the same firearm was used in both killings. This from 11 Alive. On October 24th, Athens Clark County Police responded to a stabbing incident at the 1300 block of College Station Road. They found the victim with multiple stab wounds. Investigation revealed that the victim was selling marijuana to a 20-year-old male suspect, and during the transaction, an altercation ensued, resulting in the victim being stabbed multiple times. University of Georgia police later located the suspect, and ACCPD arrested him. He has been charged with aggravated assault, armed robbery, and possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. The victim is in stable condition. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information is urged to contact Detective Lister. This from the Red and Black.
It pays to know your doctor. It pays to know your lawyer. And now more than ever, it pays to know your local real estate professional. Hi, I'm Jeffrey Drake with Drake Realty, and we have 7 offices in the metro Atlanta area, including 2 right here in Cobb County and 1 at Lake Oconee. I'm the proud leader of over 700 agents here in Georgia, and we pride ourselves in professional service, whether you are the buyer or the seller. Drake Realty makes the home buying process seamless from contract to close. Our agents are a little different. They're not pushing for the quick sale and close. They are pushing for the best price and terms for their client. In other words, Drake Realty fights for you. Now's the time to buy that dream home, vacation home, or new home your family deserves. A lot of real estate agents talk big. Let my team at Drake Realty prove they will fight for you. I'm Jeffrey Drake, and I'd be honored to have my team serve you. Visit us online at drakerealty.com. And remember, it's not how quick you sell or buy, it's what the deal provides for your future.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. At Athens Technical College, their programs can connect you with in-demand and high-paying careers.
I graduated from Athens Tech in May and started my job 2 weeks later. I had the job before I left, thanks to my professor, and just focusing on growing my career.
As far as Athens Tech, I think I've been a member of the advisory panel for 10 years now, and it's been an awesome experience.
I'm currently going to Athens Tech. I started out as an accounting major. I've finished all my accounting classes and then switched over to the culinary and baking program.
My name is Alex Lang. I'm an electromechanical engineering student. This is my second year at Athens Tech, and I graduate in December. The long-term goal is to work for the railroad, whether that be Norfolk Southern or CSX.
Achieve more with Athens Tech. Find out more at athenstech.edu.
And here's what's happening on the social media. Jill Coley from Albany posted in the old school Athens, Georgia, "Does anyone remember the flock of seagulls playing next door to the Chi-Fi house in 1989? Chi-Fi had a widespread panic party and it was empty. I saw my first widespread panic show that night, but my memory is somewhat faded on the details. I was so young and had no idea what an impact the decision would play on my future as I became a widespread panic fan immediately. Ain't life grand?" Some of the top comments were from Len Robbins from Homerville, Georgia said, "Flock of Seagulls played at Sigma Chi, Wild Night, saw widespread in the Fiji basement right after the Space Wrangler was released." Leslie Stewart comment, Widespread Panic used to play outside the bookstore, and I could hear them from my room in Reed Hall. And finally, Mark Cooper from London said, I was there. I used to see Widespread Panic at Uptown on Monday nights for $5. I thought it was Sigma Chi who had Flock of Seagulls. On Tuesday morning, a car in Oconee County High School parking lot caught fire, as shown in a video shared on social media. The incident occurred just before 6 a.m. with an eyewitness capturing the car's combustion. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and there was no damage to the school premises. Oconee County Fire Rescue promptly extinguished the fire, and the incident did not disrupt the school's class schedule or morning traffic flow. The cause of the car fire is not mentioned in the report. This from Athens' Bannered Herald. Community members in Athens gathered for a screening of the 2021 documentary On These Grounds, which delves into the policing in schools. The documentary focuses on school resource officers Ben Fields, who forcibly removed a student from her desk in South Carolina in 2015, sparking debate on the role of police in schools. Solutions discussed included altering laws that permit officers to arrest students and reevaluating the role of officers in schools, with an emphasis on training teachers to handle student situations and providing male mentors rather than police presence. This from the Red and Black. In Clark County, newly released data for July indicates a decline in median home sale prices. The median home sold for $299,750, which is 16.7% lower than June's median sale price of $360,000. Compared to July 2022, the median home sale price was slightly down to $299,750 compared to $315,000. Looking at single-family homes, the median selling price in Clark County was $325,000 in July, down 9.7% from the previous month. In the broader context of Georgia, homes sold at a median of $330,000 in July, showing a 0.8% decrease from June. This from Athens' Bannered Herald. U.S. District Judge Steve Jones on Thursday ordered Georgia's district maps to be revised in an effort to better represent black voters both in Congress and the General Assembly, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The outlet reported legislators have until December 8th to redraw the district lines and create more districts with black majority populations, or something close to it. According to the AJC report, Jones's order could mean an increase of black representatives in 2024.
Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on the site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Athens News Podcast.